Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Outer Worlds. We left off with Ellie's parents taking all of her death benefits because they kind of falsely claimed her death even though they did think she was dead, and now they're taking all the money. So it is our turn to go get the money. Where are we supposed to be going? If anyone's gonna... apparently it's all the way back here. Alright, it's this little mailbox. What the heck? The sole letter in this mailbox is addressed to the Greater Household Insurance Corporation Satellite Office in Fallbrook on the planet Monarch. So you want me to go back to Monarch, game? You know, that was not my intention when I said what we were doing today, but we're gonna stick to it. We're gonna travel across planets to get a single quest done instead of, you know, being...
Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen.
That's fine, they're allowed to. My volume for me is way too loud, not for you guys. Does create some problems. Does Ellie have anything to say about the whole situation? Go check that out real quick. Dodge around that corner, dodge in here. You're looking kind of weird there, buddy.
Vicar.
Who wanted to talk?
Vicky.
Yes. I think it was her.
Hey, got a favor to ask you. Next time we're in the Monarch Wilderness, I'd like to stop in on an old friend of mine.
Oh, hey, guess where we're
you
going,
don't seem
Monarch.
the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help.
Thanks for the compliment. I think we'll definitely don't plan on getting myself killed. Number one.
I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But for this, I need help. Logistically, because it's dangerous. Emotionally, because it's dangerous.
Everything's dangerous. I'm honored you're asking, and I'm thrilled to accept. What can I do? What kind of danger are we talking here? You have an emotional state beyond drunk. Lols. Number two. What kind of danger?
We can't handle.
You better add a we to that. All right, let's hear it.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were.
What do you need to do? How do you know they're dead? What do we need to do?
First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to Barry.
Where is home?
A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Mantiqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca,
they're not that
and
hard to
Anders,
kill.
they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together.
Sounds like fun.
Thanks, Cap.
You're welcome. So, apparently I'm taking her with me, which means I need to steal all of the stuff off of her. And that's right, in this game you have to replace one thing with another. You cannot just strip your companions butt-ass naked on the fly. She can have that stuff. I don't even know her name. Yeah, here it is. Why does she have ridiculous level 21 SLMG already? What? What is this? I mean, I guess it's fine. Yeah. Wants to be a badass and already have a badass gun and make me look like a fool even attempting to swap out her stuff, then so be it. You can have my tech rifle back. I called it N-Tech like it's a freaking Honda Civic. N-Ray. N-Ray!
Something on your mind?
What the heck is wrong with me? I think we should part ways. Never mind. I don't want to talk to you since apparently you have nothing to say about the whole situation you're in. That over the railing. Ow, didn't need my legs anyways. Legs are overrated. Monarch. Let's go straight to Fallbrook. No reason to beat around the bush here.
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain.
Yeah, it happens. But I'd like to be on the landing pad at Fallbrook. Thank you very much. Not up here in the air. Holding a dead bird? I think she's holding a dead bird in that picture. I moved myself over to this side. I hate covering the UI. Then I realized I'm still covering chat. It's like, we're not chat but text. I move myself over it all. Is that acceptable? You guys can still see the ammo and everything as long as I'm sitting forward, right? None of that stuff seems upgraded. I will take the stairs like a normal human being. It says Fallbrook. I could walk around with my gun and no one would really care or say anything. We'll RP it a little, put the gun away. Got anything good in here? Still waiting for that pink armor to be good again. It seems to rotate around-ish, I think. I don't even know, actually.
Looks like the place. Ready to get my money or what?
I'm feeling this is going to be a lot harder than you think it is.
I see you're still in one piece. However, you never know when that could change. Consider our accidentally torn into tiny fragments coverage. Note that all of your fragments must be recovered and must be smaller than a standard bit cartridge for the payouts to kick in.
Lols. Always that little tiny stuff. I need to change the beneficiary on Manifest life insurance policy.
I remember that one. That's the young socialite who broke her neck, right?
Of course, no one remembers me for the marauders I've killed or the bits I've stolen. Typical.
That claim was airtight. Our best investigators couldn't find an exclusion for that one.
I'm sure they could have, based on everything else here. But if you say they couldn't have, that's fine. Let's stay on topic. I want to change the beneficiary.
You can't, of course. Only Miss Fenhill can assign her beneficiaries. And she's dead. If we let every friend, relative, and acquaintance change a policy like that, people would do it all the time. Imagine the paperwork.
Okay, but how would I change it?
Oh, you mean hypothetically? Well, hypothetically, you'd access the terminal in the back room that contains data on all our policies.
You're just gonna tell me this?
And you'd, theoretically, add the beneficiary of your choice. But you wouldn't actually do that, of course. That would be fraud.
You have 2,280 bits.
I'm forbidden from accepting bribes, no matter how tempting.
Okay. You're kidding. You're in the middle of
It's
Furbo.
just that I'm still too junior for bribes. You have to do at least 10 years before you're eligible for company graft and kickback benefits.
What the fuck? Look, it's the fine that I'm paying in
The employee
advance.
handbook doesn't say anything about that. Very well. I'll need the name of the new beneficiary.
Ellie Fenhill?
If you say so. The payouts will flow exclusively into the new account at the start of the month. I hope Ms. Fenhill enjoys her newfound prosperity.
That's all for now. Yeah, we can talk. What's up?
You really did it. Give these payouts a few years and I'll be rolling in it.
And you can be just like your parents. I mean, if that's all you wanted, you could have stayed at
Being a surgeon
Benazium.
out there isn't as great as it seems. At least half your day is paperwork and red tape. No amount of money is worth dealing with that. I'm just glad my folks aren't gonna live off that awful story they made up. Maybe now they'll have to go back to real jobs.
Cut to the chase today. What are you doing with all of those bits? Good for you. I'm glad you got what you wanted. As high-minded as I have ever seen. Real jobs.
Maybe as line holders or warm bodies?
I was expecting more talk there when I was looking around at all the stuff, because I got messages going here, I got a message on Discord. Let's talk about your furniture future instead.
Come on, I thought we were celebrating. You want me to think about the future?
I guess not. Better figure things out as you go. Why not? You've got to plan ahead at some point. Number
If only
one.
you could have been my chief surgeon.
I'm
back
not
in
a
the
big fan
day.
of her.
Anyway, enough of that. You did a job for me, so here's your fee.
Thanks. Like half the money I spent to do this for, but I didn't do it for
Don't
money.
make it weird. Even you've got to be in it for the money now and then. Why else would you go through all this trouble?
Because you're a friend. We're crewmates. That means we look out for each other. Yeah, let's go with number
I
2.
always thought it meant we
Wouldn't
get
call her
used
a
to
friend.
the smell of each other's dirty socks. But you really do see a rosier version of things, huh?
Yeah. Good captain. I'm a doer, not a talker. Let's move on. Friendship is important. We're better off when we're part of a team. Can't make it out here alone. Number
Well,
3.
I've got a few years of experience that would suggest differently.
Yeah,
Still,
well,
maybe you've got a point. Maybe it's good to watch someone's back now and then so that one day they watch yours. So, you just keep the money. One of us has to look out for your interests.
oh, thanks. Wouldn't want to be indebted to me. Interesting. I should raise my perception. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Really. This feels weird enough as it is.
I want to talk to you about something else. Never mind. Then we have what's her name's quest. I only see one person following me. Why do I only have Ellie with me? Did I really not select her to come with me when I left the ship? That thing that I did? Given that I
Crew
don't
members Ellie and Max are engaged
think
in a
I need
heated
Ellie with
discussion
me
in
anymore. So
the kitchen.
I'll keep her with me for now just because I do want to go back to the parents' house and see if anything changed with that interaction, and after that I will ditch her. Nokia's gonna have Noyaka. I butcher her name and I probably shouldn't even try. Don't really. My damage to creatures. Lie skill. Don't like lying, so why would I do that one? I'll just do this. Range damage. And we can swap weapons and reload much faster. Sure, I don't care. Chance to reset cooldown, harmful status effect duration. I don't use any of those, so we can go with this one, and then we will do this one. And that should be all for her, right? There you go. Her quest, companion, Star-Crossed Trooper. He wanted to go to region on Monarch. This will be the closest one to Hawk Quest, so we'll just fast travel over there real quick. You know, I set a timer on my new Stream Deck Pro that I got. Stream Deck XL, I should say, not Pro. I don't think there is a Stream Deck Pro. And I didn't set it to help me be better with my timings. Well, that thing's dead. You guys kind of need to do your job here. Kill these other rats. Thank you. Oh, we had the sublet guys helping us. There's a vendor here, right? That's the whole point of these guys. Maybe this guy? Yeah. I would like to see what you're selling. If you got any fancy ass upgrades for protective clothing. See, I wonder if this stuff is how... I'm gonna buy it just because I don't know what I need for the costumes. Those are the words I'm trying to think of here. Brain is apparently all over the place and not in the game. Trying to figure out pathing up here. Also trying not to face plant directly into a... So what is her? I mean, it was super impressive, her attack, but it didn't do anything. She McCree's it? That's the Overwatch character, right? Fans his gun, kills everyone in one shot. Are we good? Everyone dead? Yeah. You know, I'm just so over looting animals for skins that don't do anything that I don't particularly care about looting it.
Let's clear the sulfur sun. Fuck that, so peace can rest in peace.
So Rabadon Colossus is what we're angry at. There you go. Take out your range on him. I think it should be zoomed down just a little bit so you can actually see the whole gun mechanic going off. Oh, I was not reloaded. How the best soldiers do things.
Nice, Captain!
She's so angry. Like, also her special is just how she fights. Hey, I was at this grave before and I commented on this grave before. Through tooth marks, blah blah blah. Yeah, we know, I already read it. Ooh, it's all we had to do was visit this grave? Okay then. Where did our waypoint update to? Ah, to her herself.
Hayes was the best self-sacrificing son of a saint I ever met. Halcyon is worse off without him. Now, if we're gonna lure the Manta Queen out, we'll need to find Rebecca and Anders. They took a UDL contract on Terra 2. We never heard from them again. Think it's time I call in a favor with Hiram. If anyone can track them down, it's him.
Tell me about this UDL contract.
I don't know much about it. It paid well, so they took it. They said they'd be back in a couple of weeks and that maybe we could all use the money to get off Monarch. That was a long time ago.
Don't worry, we'll try and find them.
I should have. I really should have. But soon after they left, Hayes and the others died. And to be honest, after him, I stopped trying. Because it hurt like hell to do so.
Oh, so sad. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're trying to confront him. Booze makes it better anyway. This is concerning about the baggage you carry. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're trying to confront
Thanks.
it.
I'm still not convinced I won't come to regret it, but we've started down this path. Might as well see it through. Maybe it'll stop me screaming at night.
Maybe.
Come on, let's make tracks before Hiram dies of old age.
Oogie, we'll make tracks. Tracks lead me to here. I'm gonna go inside. There's a faster way inside. I believe there is a faster way inside. It's where I went to this time. Open you. Messages. Really not read all these? Figure, right? Find a new console, a whole bunch of new things to read. But they don't really have anything to do with this quest, so I'll read them at a later date. And I'm cute that I think I'm gonna remember that I will read those at a later date. I need to go up there, which was through here, question mark. I found stairs. Stairs up is a good sign when you're trying to go up somewhere. Sprint through here. What? You looking at me funny? No, it's fine. I won't throw down with you.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack?
Kinda, sort of. So about that ship, Nookie needs a favor. You're an info broker. What's that? Why are
that
these...
a trick question? Because to answer it, you'd need to pay me. Of course, I could offer you a vastly more interesting bit of data instead. Try me. Ask me anything you'd like. I'll even offer it for free. We'll call it an exchange for your help with the broadcasts. Ask me what you will.
I'm curious about MSI and the contests. What are you telling me about Finney's recent any broadcasts from? So I want to go with 4 or 5. I'll go with 4.
No. Why would I go out of my way to intercept messages from Earth? There's no market for them. No buyer means it's not worth my time. Now, if you wanted me to intercept a certain one, that might be worth it for the right price.
What can you tell me about Phineas?
Not much, admittedly.
You must know something.
I do know this much. There is a sharper side to the good scientist than you'd expect. If allegations are to be believed, the experiments he conducts for the greater good are in fact treasonous and for self-gain. I am not convinced as to the validity of these allegations, considering the source, but I am also not unconvinced either.
Thanks for not
Luckily
answering
for you,
anything
I am
about
a
that.
veritable font of information.
Yes, you seem to be.
They are a curious
Well, number 2.
lot. Insufferable. And short-sighted, too. What else do you wish to know?
Could use them dirt, Grandma Steve Circuit. What about story between MSI and the Iconoclast? Go number 1.
Sanjar is not actually at fault for his past performance reviews, but he can keep hunting for loopholes to get back on the board for the next century. He'll never be reinstated. Not in his lifetime. For Nebula's sake, even with the loophole I gave him, he's only in charge of MSI because every other exec died during the massacre at Amber Heights.
What do you mean?
I gave Sanjar and Graham legal information that would allow MSI to own Terra 1 once the other corporations had abandoned the planet. The execs had their concerns, but before the matter could be resolved, pirates raided their homes in the night.
I'm curious about Graham Barron's deep dark secret.
Some say Graham suffers from nightmares that leave him
I mean, he's
sweat-drenched
dead,
and
so it's kind of
screaming.
pointless.
I would assume it stems from the friends and family he lost in Amber Heights all those years ago.
What's the story between MSI and the
You mean
Icon?
between
I mean,
MSI,
this
the
is all old
Iconoclast, and
information that I
myself?
don't need.
I bet neither of those megalomaniacs told you I was the true mastermind behind Monarch. Back when the colony was still Terra 1 and corporations were abandoning us left and right, I'm the one who approached Sanjar and Graham with the means to our salvation. I offered them a legal way to take control of the planet. If MSI were the only corporation here, they could claim sole ownership.
MSI would have to stay behind while the other corporations left.
Precisely. The other corporations were fleeing because of the hazard clause declaring Terra 1 uninhabitable. But MSI had lagged behind, giving Sanjar and Graham an opportunity. Take over MSI, stay here while the other corps left, take over the planet.
So you're the glue that got us, so there's nothing in it for you, huh? So they're the glue that held you
Precisely.
together.
Without me, they never would have done more than play Revolution in hushed whispers over scuzzy kale ales in the tavern. Thus, the bargain was struck. They could run MSI while I would operate Devil's Peak Station. Unfortunately, relations have soured over time.
Why did the partnership fall
Competing
apart?
ideologies. Graham believes Sanjar has become corrupted by the corporate lifestyle, that he is now similar to the original corporate executives they sought to reform. And Sanjar has learned the hard way that Graham is quite morally gray.
I want to ask you
Luckily
about
for
something
you, I am a
else.
veritable...
Let's talk about the
There are
board.
so many members. Do specify.
Got any conversation on the chairman?
If you try to cite me on this, I will deny. Do you understand? What I am about to reveal is the sort of information that gets a body disappeared. MSI's ownership of Monarch is technically legal, but it would give MSI too much power on the board to grant them such status.
So the chairman demonizes Monarch rather than welcoming it back to the fold?
Exactly. But you didn't hear so much as a whisper of such from me. Luckily
I'd
for
like to
you,
ask you something else. That's enough.
give my
Unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode, so we will pick up this apparent guy who has a bajillion conversations because I never came back to him. In the next episode, I will see you guys in the next video. Dig Fig! Yeah!
Paging Dr. Big Fig, you guys, it's Milk.
This is Dig Fig here. That was the worst page you guys have ever done, and it made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I got a new Stream Deck, so I can do all this fancy stuff on the fly. You guys.